getting into everything. The group of you have been enjoying some well-earned R&R in Elderthorn. After allaying yourselves of the madness and off-settling effects of your teleportation flight from the wrath of Athesi, in the wake of the death of Lady C, of the Devil's Buccaneers, and the presumable loss of her ship, and that of Anne's Lament, the one of the ODMC upon which you had gained your passage. You've been having more of a somber celebration. The lives of the ODMC crew and mercenaries, maybe a little bit less to them, but that were lost in the fight, have a ceremony pending for in Elderthorn, at which Aeolus is not expected to speak. You've done a little bit of trading with Kelpip. You've worked on perfecting a new means of distant transportation in the hope to allay yourselves of these dangerous effects that most of you have recognized have gotten increasingly more dangerous as time has waned on. This is where we're picking up. The morning of the day that the funeral pyres are to be set alight and out into the bay, as is the custom here in Elderthorn. There's a quiet atmosphere for those of you who are breaking your fast with Buka at the Faded Gate. The day is yours, though. Ceremonies set to commence at dusk. What would you like to do?
I think I'm just gonna hang out at the Blackburn Keep till the evening and see if I can help with any training or anything around there.
I'll also help out with that.
Ellie will help Tang make potions if she's doing that. Like fetching and doing stuff if she needs it. Like Wesley in the beginning of Princess Bride. See that picture?
I love it.
It's actually kind of insulting because like Tang could just fly up and get it, but
But
sure, you can just reach and get it.
Now let me climb.
No. You're busy doing stuff, and it's like, ooh, you're stirring something, and you can't go get that. Just that. Well, she knows you can do anything you care to, but she's got no other way to be helpful that she can think of.
Like after preparing her potion, her volatile potions, she's going to want to help out with the funeral rites if she's allowed to. But she's also not a local, so she understands if that's not the case.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
You've ingratiated yourself reasonably well, granting the advantage. But, as you do say, you're not a citizen of Elderthorn. As there is not corpses to be set on the pyres, it's more of the symbolic gesture. There's a degree less of rituality to a lot of it. And they're more than happy to have the help collecting and sort of demonstrating to you how these pyres are constructed on these floats, such to be able to float out of sight before starting to break apart from the fire, because they need to last for a little bit of a while. So you get more of an education than you might have anticipated on it, but the lack of preparation of the bodies, or any type of wake for that matter, actually helps with a little bit of informality that you are welcome to assist, and in a sort of studious capacity.
Okay.
He's probably gonna go around the docks and ask around if anybody heard something about Anne's lament, because he's kind of feeling guilty that they left them to their fates. So maybe there's gossip, maybe there's some conclusion, whatever, for him.
Sive is gonna tag along on that, I guess. Primarily focusing on gossip, but
I was going to say, he said the magic word. Okay. Both of you give me investigation checks. If your charisma's higher than your intelligence, you can use charisma for it. Which would be just roll any charisma check that matches your proficiency quality. So, like, if you have proficiency in investigation, and you have proficiency in, like, persuasion, just roll me the persuasion, because then I'll use the charisma. Or just roll me charisma and persuasion. Alright, so Dunn gets a 29. Or 26, pardon me. Both have plus 9s. Alright, so both you have proficiency in investigation in that case then, correct?
yes.
Oh. I don't.
Okay.
Well, mine's a plus 9. Mine has 9 on that, which I'm assuming is proficiency because that's the same.
Yeah, plus your charisma 5, yeah. Your proficiency is 4. So Dunnan's is not proficiency, there's 22, which is still massive. Spending the morning asking about, you do not learn anything about the Ansem, unfortunately. It's been but a couple days, and traditionally, from what we do learn over this time, is any ships lost down in the southern seas, they almost never find any type of flotsam or anything. Every now and then, on a rare occasion, one of the further fishing vessels will find something, but that's not even a once in a blue moon type of thing. That'd be far too frequent. So the odds of finding anything resulting from a wreck, slim to none. You do pick up a few other rumors that has been back and forth. It seems like some of them are talking about this expedition the ODMC has set out, that they have like this power, like this secret sea chart, talking about the passage through the southern seas, which you realize these are people that have been taken in by the rumor that Boonecraft and his compatriots had set out throughout the company. But there's this murmur of excitement that seems to run through people, with the prospect of reliable trade to Akkad. And there's a begrudging frustration amongst a few of them, whom, as part of their employment, they've been sent over the land route, through the Henges to trade with Akkad, as opposed to otherwise. This travel's been not really what they like to do, because they prefer to sail, as opposed to walk all day. And it's mixed, but it seems like trade with the different Tautha has increased substantially. There's an ongoing rumor of bandits and other dangers that seem to be lurking in and around some of the other henges. Not the one near Matron Toadtooth's. The one near Cod comes up. Someone talks about how they accidentally went through and found themselves in a jungle and attacked by a wild creature. Then they had to dash back through the henge quickly, and then they didn't have money to pay, and it was a whole issue. There seems to be, based on your conversing, a growing degree of danger and threats from various sources sprouting up around the exit points of these henges, the non-Urcrypt side of them. Just sticks in your mind from those individuals who have done some of these treks so far. Anyone have anything else for the day? All right. Progressing along to dusk. As the sun sets over the Tautha, behind the Cloudspine Mountains, the last few rays painting the sky gorgeous orange and pink. The winter cold is setting in properly, and you suspect the next few days will probably bring some type of snow. It's held off reasonably well so far in the season. Nonetheless, bit by bit, the people come out of their homes. Individuals who were staying in town from the various outlying farms and small familial clusters come out as well, making their way towards the docks, where 3 pyres have been set near the end of the docks and have been untethered to the point that a single line connects each of them to the structures itself. Loro sees a couple of you, that which he knows at this point, Siegfried, Aeolus, sort of gives you a polite nod of acknowledgement. Captain Stormsurge is still not returned from his sorties that he and his compatriots are running against the gnolls.
Which of the Watch's lieutenants are here right now?
Personally, there's Arvir, Oloro, and Lord Akini.
Okay.
And Aeolus.
So pretty much all the lieutenants are here. It's just Storm Surge that's gone.
No, there's 4 lieutenants not present.
Okay.
No.
So it's a mix of casters and fighters they took.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Make a history check for me.
I'll use a luck point on this one.
Sure. Wasn't too high of a DC. 15 is sufficient. These types of excursions that they run, typically need to be done every couple of years, just to make sure that there's the sort of racial memory in the gnolls that, like, this is not a settlement that you want to attack, and to instill that apprehension of attacking Elderthorn or Elderthorn settlements. In the newest batch of pups that the gnolls have created over those years that are looking to sort of prove themselves as warband leaders. You don't know that much about gnoll society, so to speak, dynamics, but what you do know is a lot of reputation and mating rights are earned through war and conquest. So making sure that the memory of Elderthorn being a place capable of defending itself and even striking back is a thing that needs to be in constant as a constant reminder every few years. So it's not an uncommon thing, it's just not an every year type of activity most often. But it's usually a large contingent that goes.
Yeah.
Be able to stay out there a little bit longer. Number of lieutenants are here in attendance, though. As the people group together, and there's a overwhelming silence that permeates the space, eerie because of the size of a throng of citizenry in attendance. Presently, Mother Ichthic hobbles to the end of the dock as one of the Council of Elders and gives an accounting of the lost captain, his first mate, and the deckhand that was with them. Speaks of from where their families have hailed, their lives and their dedication to the Tautha up until this point, of the value that their spirits bring and the need that these spirits be returned to the Tautha as appropriate. You can see near the ends of the dock, those sharp-eyed amongst you, the family members, friends, and loved ones of these individuals. None of whom appear to be broken down in any type of way. Gather they've had a large grieving process already, and doing their role of being solemn and sad but resolute to see the spirits of their loved one off. A little while later, after Ichthic has spoken, Oloro strides forward and gives his accounting as relayed to him by Aeolus in a much more eloquent way than Aeolus and Siegfried typically might have been able to enunciate. At the end of it, he asks if anyone has any reasons that these individuals should not be returned to the environment such that their spirits might find their way back into Elderthorn with little assistance. Or, if they are deserving, up into the halls of their ancestors. At which point, no one raises their hands. It seems that the accounting of their lives has been appropriate. Their judgment that, should they find their ways into the halls of their ancestors, it is deserving, and if not, they should find their ways back to Elderthorn appropriately. At which point, Loro severs the 3 lines connecting the floats. With a deftly muttered spell, he slowly moves his hands, and a small swell of water builds behind each of these flows and starts carrying them off into the distance. From behind the throng of people, 3 bowstrings ring out, and 3 flaming arrows each strike their respective flows. The tar gently catches that which you helped construct, Tang. And the fires start to build as they make their way out into the harbor. The gentle bubble of water behind each of these remaining, just as a small hill on the surface of the bay to continue to propel them forward. About 15 minutes pass in silence as the pyres catch properly and are fully lit. Another 15 minutes pass and they're fading from sight. You can still make out the trails of smoke, the very gentle undulations of heat, and the light that they cast on the darkened bay. As the final light fades from sight, the ceremony's over, and the throng starts to disperse. Some of them uttering a prayer or two underneath their own breath. Others paying respects to the families of those lost. Some people speak with Mother Ichthych or Loro, thanking them for their accounting of the individuals. Other than that, the evening is yours. What are your plans moving forward from here?
I think the plan we discussed last time was to head towards Urcrypt through Madame Toadtooth's archway and then try to get to the jungle through the other archway.
Can I? Do I spot any of the amber braids?
Roll me a d6. 5 and better. You do.
Oh.
On the moment. You gather they were most likely here. Just hard to spot dwarves and a throng of people.
Yeah. Unins picks out. That always confuses me. All right.
It's the smell.
He has a smell?
You think he doesn't?
I was gonna say, pretty sure we all do.
Hey, I bath every 2 weeks, so I can't smell, alright?
I imagine that through all the experiments that Aeolus has done, his nose is broken. And like, he just can't stop shit. But yeah, heading to Toadtooth and then going to the jungles, I think was the plan.
Do we have enough silver?
Hey, asking the important questions. Yes, we do.
Okay.
So are you headed there this evening?
I imagine everyone would everyone like to sleep here and then head out in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I just wanted to mention something. Dunnan, you were talking about how we're most likely gonna face some kind of monster when we go through the jungle gate.
Did I? Can't remember. Probably. Maybe.
He was drunk.
Well,
Don't you always? Oh, not
mean-
that drunk, but
Sure, but it might be another one of those divine skeletal dragon kind of situations going through that gate. Seeing as that was one of the creatures guarding the hollow gate, but I was just bringing it up because, I mean, if there's a monster there, we probably should take care of it, but we also know another potential route into the jungle. You
what the
remember...
mountain?
Yeah, you remember when we found the owlbear lair? We found that stairway going down into the jungle, right? We just didn't know where in the jungle it came out.
I thought it was going back down towards Elderthorn. What side of the mountains did it come out on?
No, we
Came out in the jungle.
yeah,
Oh, we did. Oh,
You're
okay.
like, nope.
we turned around and went back because we were like we hadn't long rested
Yeah.
and we just fought the owlbear.
But we had winter gear on and it was very humid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
like I mean, the henges are definitely going to be the quickest, and we do need to talk to Madame Toadtooth.
Yeah.
But just
And-
reminding that we know another way there.
Yeah, well, me and Shive went to the docks during the day and heard some rumors that apparently there are a lot of bandits around the hinges. So we should be prepared.
All right.
They're just waiting on traders probably to go through and then rob them of their stuff.
Well, we'd
So
be a
just
surprise.
Be aware. Oh yeah, well, we can nail them. We're gonna rob them then.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is there any shot there any bounty kind of thing? Like, because one would think that if one wants to encourage travel through Urcrypt or through the henges, right, you would probably not want traders to have to deal with bandits on the other ends. Could we set up a bounty system, do we think, with someone who...
Ooh.
I
Like-
mean,
If we
Like,
clean
might
them
as
up,
well-
don't do it for free.
I wouldn't put it past Yerl for putting up some bounties. We can ask them. ODMC obviously, but also this is in the purview of the Iron Fang. They're the ones putting bounties up on monsters usually, right?
Yeah, but we don't typically hunt anything other than monsters or
He's
contracts.
our kind of monster. You're a kind of monster.
I mean, it's definitely a terrible way to earn a living, that's for sure.
I mean, if we're going to be clearing them out anyway, every once in a while, just because we don't, like, for the good of people, for our own convenience, etc., we might as well see if we can get paid, right?
On the topic, I agree, but we have to remember there are bounties still on the heads of the ones that robbed Lady C.
Who's going to be paying those out? She's dead.
Oh, speaking of which, and Aeolus will reach into his bag and pull out Lady C's sword. I think this is yours. And he hands it to Aya.
Well, I don't think I can take that, love, but I appreciate it.
Well, it's for when we return and you take over as Pirate Queen, right?
I do love the sound of that. So okay, then in that case I will
I'll hold on to it. You let me know when you
Thank
want
you.
it.
Can you put
Thank
it
you, I
in the
appreciate it.
library
A great question.
and keep those two things together? I don't know.
assuming that I had been in the library most of the day, so I probably
Mhm.
still have it open. I can see if I can like open the door and like throw it in and then close it.
Yeah, I mean it's there.
Yeah.
You are aware that when you um end this spell that conjures the library, anything that was not of it is expelled.
Damn it. Okay.
It is not a storage room.
I mean,
Damn it.
we could just keep it in the bag of holding for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. That'd be
I
helpful.
wonder.
Appreciate
I
that.
would. I wonder how Bringenhold is going to react to the news that Lady C never came back. I wonder if they even know.
I'm sure there's at least one person that knows.
Yeah, I feel like
There's
a ripple
always
effect
somebody who
somewhere.
takes over.
Yeah. I mean,
I was
it's
gonna say,
totally
don't give
chaos.
Spencer any ideas, but what if that was some kind of doppelganger of Lady C or some kind of projection and she didn't really die?
I wouldn't
I
put
don't
it
think she'd have
past her.
trusted that to anybody else.
I mean,
Yeah,
her
it
scream
makes
sounded really real, so and I was quite close to her, so
How did it sound? I was dead.
like a lot loud shrieking. I was getting toasted too, so I was screaming as well. So, yeah.
Well, I'm saying
clears her throat.
let's not
That
assume
dragon's
she's
lightning
dead.
breath sucks, doesn't it?
I'm just saying, let's not assume she's dead till we get there and see. Or hear rumors or something. Just
going-
hedging the bets.
We're not going to Brigand's Hold for a while, but maybe we might find something out more when we
Rumors.
go to Karad. Because it did seem like Lady C had some sort of deal with the leadership of Karad. Or some sort of connection to them. She was a slaver after all. That was probably the best place to sell slaves and buy slaves.
Now, that was a monster.
Alright. Elle, when are you going to Madame Toadtooth? Is there any questions we should brainstorm up for her? I mean...
Well, probably if she has any inkling why, what do you say, primal teleportation works, but not the other. What's it called? The other one?
Arcane.
Arcane? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Maybe
good
she has
question.
an inkling.
If she has spotted or knows anything about these creatures.
I was also thinking if she might know who made Vergasiv. You think she's old enough to know that? Should we even ask her that? Does she know about Vergasiv?
We haven't been there for a while.
Saw it initially. But we can always ask. I wouldn't ask her how old she is.
Yeah. I just think we need to learn more about Vergasiv. About why it does the things it does, right?
That's kind of why I want to go back into the jungle. See if there's a closer connection with the kami there that we've ever had. Maybe we can ask questions.
Yeah. Alright. To Toadtooth in the morning then. Good night, everyone.
See you in the morning.
Aeolus will get trashed at his house.
Ellie's still got all that beer. She'll be there. She'll help.
You get trash in the library. It's self-cleaning.
That's a very good point.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, why is my house always clean?
I just thought you had an army of mimic. Well, I guess a harem of mimics. That's the best word for it, right? Rails.
Do I hoe out my mimics to the rest of Elderthorn?
I'm gonna say, when your back is turned, I am prestidigitating mimic cookies all over you all the time. Not at the funeral, because that would be inappropriate, but at every other point.
You know, one of these days, when I die, just leave me dead. Just don't bring me back. Speaking of which, there were a few people that were eyeing us weird while we were there.
It's because you're such a trailblazer.
You have. Yeah. Never mind. I didn't do the mimics. Well, now they know that you sleep with a bunch of mimics, so maybe they just.
I thought it was
They're
because we smelled.
expecting to see them.
How
No,
the hell?
I have been prestidigitating the smell away because I am sensitive. I always make feel smell it, but I do. So.
I do not sleep with my tools.
Well, they don't know that.
Why are we spreading around that I sleep with my tools? It's already weird enough that I walked in as a teenager.
I'm just gonna say, I think it's really kinky that you call them tools.
Same.
I have a sense
Oh
of
my
humor.
god.
Well, they know their purpose when I ask it of them.
It's not getting better.
You're not helping it. You're not helping it.
I
Just
really
please
don't
drop the
understand
subject.
people.
Yes, that's why people are looking weird.
We were all dead like 5 minutes ago. Just let's have some fun, okay? It's come on.
I mean, it sounds like Aeolus is having a lot of fun.
Mhm. I'm making you interesting.
I mean, he's
Imagine
a
the
teenager.
stories.
Isn't that supposed to have fun?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Aeolus just turns around and just leaves. He just walks out of the library.
I cast Arcane Lock on the door. You can't get out.
Now I'm trapped.
We're toddlers and we're drinking.
What is this? The consequences of your own actions?
For all of your informations,
Mhm.
Yes.
the rumors that were spread, and Aeolus eyes Jaya and Scythe are completely false. I'd rather it not be spread that someone who swore off human interactions turned to creatures instead.
Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry. I did not say anything. Did you say anything, Sive? I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't believe either of you.
I'm wounded.
But, haha, it's a really funny joke. Fantastic.
Oh, I like that background. Makes me hungry. Is that the sort of food Buka serves?
Sure.
A scrap of fiber at this table.
All right.
Who needs fiber?
corn, though.
The evening passes
Hiya.
in regular fashion of making fun of Aeolus and spending time in the library, at which point you all complete a long rest.
Yay.
Next morning, you all have your preparations to do. It sounds like you are planning to be able to be ready for any type of fight on the other side of the henge upon your arrival in the jungle, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We've already spent basically all our money though, so. I don't think
Yeah,
we
I
need
checked your party
more.
loot. You have exactly enough money to get to the jungle.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
All right. Does anyone have anything that they wish to do here in Elderthorn before you make your way to Toadtooth's? It'll take you about half a day to get to the henge at Matron Toadtooth, at which point 15 minutes later you could be in the jungles. So
I probably would just leave a message with Arvir and Aloro telling them where we're going. That's it.
I need to
Ellie
know
will say
who
goodbye to
has
Izzy.
healing potions and who does not.
I don't have any healing potions on me right now, but I can heal myself in most situations.
With two.
Of the people who do not have the capacity to heal themselves, who needs a healing potion?
I have one greater healing.
Yeah, me as well.
I'll take one.
I passed a potion of greater healing. 5.
Sick.
is this a volatile one or a regular one?
It's one of my regular ones. I'm figuring out if I needed to make any volatile potions.
Gotcha.
I am gonna make a potion of watchful rest.
Okay.
And a potion of heroism. Yes. I'm gonna do 2 potions of heroism and then the potion of watchful rest. So that's a total of 3 spell slots.
Aeolus will prepare potions alongside with Tang.
She is not preparing potions how you prepare potions. But are you using your item? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Hey, did you ever use your
Yeah.
ring? Did you ever use your ring? Do you still have all your spells stored in that? Do you need any more?
My ring?
Ring of spell storing.
Yeah, you should have at least. Oh gosh, what do we say?
I don't think anyone's attuned to it right now, but it does have some spells loaded in by Tang. I just can't remember what it was.
It has
know what
greater
it is.
invisibility
Okay.
Yeah, I put one in there. Dang had it.
and
I have not had that in a long time.
Yeah, it's just in the
Since I
party
got my
loot.
pipe weed.
Yeah, it's just in the party loot right now because the rest of us didn't have attunement slots.
Yeah, I'm attuned to my amulet of devotion, the pipeweed, and my field healer's pauldron.
I thought we just got that like 4 sessions ago.
You did.
We did, but we
Oh.
changed out our weapons last time. We changed out a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, and for the people who weren't here last time, I did not take a level 12 in cleric. I multi-classed into herbalist.
Yeah, so Jaya, if you want that ring, it's up for grabs. We just left it there in case we need it in the future.
I think I have any attunement slots.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're level 12.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. No, sorry,
11.
we're level 11. I took
Okay.
1 in herbalist, 10 in cleric.
Yep.
I can't do math, sorry.
That's okay.
math is hard.
Well, I think we're ready as we're going to be.
So is remembering.
As we head out of Elderthorn, can I check in with the Amber Braids to see the progress on the ladle?
Certainly. Should be ready in about a 10-day. They're working on reinforcing the metal parts of it at the moment. I believe you provided a material for the handle, which has been carved down and is like stunning, beautiful. They have a little bit of inlay set up for it. But like that's not ready yet. Pardon me, the handle's ready. The steel part of it is not yet prepared. Because they know you're using it potentially to hit things, as opposed to like be a ladle. Emil's trying to source a little bit better metal, knowing that it's going to be under stress, much like a sword. So there's a longer process being involved at this point.
Aye, aye.
All right. The journey to Matron Toadtooth's. Looks like the paths have been opened up a bit, mostly by the presumably more regular travel. Other than that, it's relatively easy journey. About a half a day's hike, a few leagues northwest. You encounter no difficulties during this time. You see the small hut set in the side of the cliff that is Matron Toadtooth's with her curiously well-growing vegetable garden, despite the frost and cold that is in the air and and upon the ground in the morning. It's still growing as if it's the height of spring. Somewhat unsettling to some of you, perhaps. But nonetheless, the henge is just on the other side of the hut, set against the wall of the cliff. The gently undulating curtain of fabric there upon you. In you go.
Is Madame Toadtooth around at all?
You can ask. You can enter
I'll
her yard and check.
I'll go seek her out. Knock on her door if she's not outside. Does anyone respond when I knock on the door?
And yes, so you get a response. Oh, zoomed out super far, jeez. Player handouts, NPCs. Ancient Toadtooth. There you go. A few minutes pass, and you hear shuffling coming from inside. One moment. Hello, Siegfried and company. To what do I owe the pleasure on this cold afternoon?
It's good to see you, Matron. I hope the increase in foot travelers hasn't disrupted your daily activities too much.
Oh, it's noisy, sometimes, but they're a treat to have every now and then.
Well, we are currently on the first leg of a journey to Karad, potentially, and I was hoping to maybe borrow some of your wisdom if you were so gracious to have us.
I could be incentivized, so, inside's a mess right now. She sort of hobbles out and down her steps.
Sure, why don't...
What can I help you with?
Well, We know that out of anyone we know at Elderthorn, you have seen more than anyone. And do you have any knowledge about the difficulties with teleportation that have been increasing? Is that something you are familiar with?
Looks at you queerly for a moment. It's not something I typically engage in. Don't really need to go many places.
Sure.
And I mean, you all were so kind as to be convinced to set something up right there for me. So I haven't needed to do it myself in
Well, I was just asking
a few
because
decades.
we seem to have learned something about the nature of the Bold Stones. For some reason, every time we go into that space using the Bold Stones or anything arcane, it causes issues, but when I travel using primal magic, it's totally fine. Does that make sense?
I'm not sure. There's not really any explanation I might be able to offer to you for that. I'm sorry. That's
Just thought
It's
might,
hard. Don't get me wrong. I'll give you the credit though. It's hard to stump me, but that's
yes,
peculiar. Anytime I've jumped from place to place in the path, hasn't really been of that issue.
And you haven't done so recently either, because of the henge. That makes sense.
No, not in decades.
Then,
No need. I'm quite content here.
then I sort of point to Aeolus. Have you ever seen this object before or heard of it in the past? Maybe know of its provenance? I mean, she was the one that helped us out with the legend lore, I believe, on Vergasiv, right?
No.
Or was that? No, that was in Rimskirk. Never mind. I just asked her.
It was Jaya who helped you with
Yeah.
that. Legend
Okay.
lore from the library.
I just asked her, have you seen anything like this before? It seems to have some sort of nullifying capabilities to whatever is causing the issues in teleportation. Have you seen anything like it before? Do you have any reference for it in your?
You hold it out to her, Aeolus.
I will.
Sort of looks at it. Siegfried, make me an insight check.
I'm gonna use a luck point on that.
Sure.
I'm going to wheel myself.
Jaya, I see your whispers to your last question. Yes. That is correct.
So it's a 17. Sorry, 20 with the
20?
wheel. With the wheel.
You notice she's being extremely careful to not touch Vergasiv. This is pretty old. This was old when I was young. Where'd you come by some of this? Her eyes are sort of boring into you at this point, Aeolus.
I found it. And its other pieces.
In some interesting
Are you
location.
trying to be evasive?
Aeolus is just very taken around Toetooth. Always has been.
Okay.
I can roll though.
Nope, you're fine. Uh-huh. And when you found the piece in a cod, what happened? How did it go?
Well,
Well,
when I stepped closer to it, because I am able to sense where the closest piece is, they kind of flew towards each other. I couldn't really hold on to it.
Interesting.
And it is
Siegfried, continue to carry that 20 that you got. Illis never mentioned a cod just now.
I was just gonna ask
Yeah.
to mention that.
well, it seems, Madam Toadtooth, you know quite a bit of our travels, so no point being dishonest about where we found the pieces. And
I should hope not. I can
I-
read
I,
you like a book, young man.
I mean, I'm not known for subtlety. Anyways, yes, I'll go through each of the spots where we found the pieces of the rod. Does that mean anything to you, matron? We
Where
found
are
one
you?
in the-
And you're...
found-
Are you going to find more? Is that the reason for your visit? Ah, it is. Okay.
We have reason to believe that another piece is located in Karad.
Sort of strokes her chin for a moment. And, sucks on her teeth.
Alice
Correct.
slowly takes a half step back.
Pardon?
Alice takes half a step back from her.
Karad could be interesting. There's a lot between here and Karad.
Yes, and unfortunately we can't rely on teleportation anymore.
How are you getting there? Oh, the henges.
Yes. 2 henges and a long walk.
There's a lot in between there. There's catacombs in the old volcanoes on that side of the...
Mm-hmm.
There's-
Also, a family of 3 sisters that we hope to not see again.
Can
Ah.
I take a strong sniff using Hunter's Bane?
Certainly. What does Hunter's Bane detect?
Fey, Fiend, or Undead?
You do not detect any Fey, Fiend, or Undead other than Scythe.
Okay.
There? Still there?
Yep.
Interesting.
And
Have you run into
most-
them in the past?
She turns her eyes towards Helly. You mentioned something just now. What happened last time you were there? Oh.
He wakes up and what? Huh? Just wasn't really paying much attention.
The creatures in the volcano. What happened?
Oh, yeah. There were a group of Goliath slavers outside using
Gotcha.
their
Understood.
slaves.
Oh, they're not gonna like you, are they?
No, but we did get rid of the Goliaths for the 3 sisters at a price, but then we managed to reverse their price, and so now it's weird. They took my eye, but then I got it back by being healed, and we're afraid that they might just be really pissed off about that.
You got it back, you say? How did you undo their magic?
I think that's enough talking for right now.
Oh, up in Hollow. Okay, you've been busy. I take it this is you. She glances at Tang. Should be a hero in your village.
She's too humble. But yes, you should.
So,
Thing has not had a whole lot of interaction with Madame Toadtooth. She's a little fluffed up, uncertain.
well,
She's not very familiar with old beings other than Owlin.
Yeah. So Matron Toadtooth, have some idea of what we've gone through and what's coming up. Do you have any advice? We're still blindly feeling around. We have no idea what Vergisiv actually does.
Where did you find the petals, dear? She's ignoring Siegfried entirely, looking at Tang.
We found the Midnight Lotus.
Yes, that. Where'd you find them? Has an eyebrow cocked up. She seems particularly animated compared to the old lady that just hobbled out of her hut a few minutes ago.
Tang's stammering a little bit, but she figured we're here for a reason. The Verdant Lux.
You fought a Gorgon. Oh. That's not usually where I've found them in the past. You may find more in the jungles to the west. They tend to like the warmer climate there. Travel in pairs if you're going for firewood and supplies would be my recommendation. It's really bad if you get surprised by something underneath the bush or behind a tree. It locked the gaze and you can't move. You just disappear into the jungle.
Understood.
Excuse me, I have to visit some friends, apparently. She snaps her fingers, and you see a flash of light appear around the seam of her door in a brief instant. Was there any other questions you had?
You wouldn't be able to give us a ride, would you?
No.
I have one more question.
Yes.
How long have you known the sisters?
Oh, I knew of them when they were a new coven. They didn't used to live in the jungles that way. One of them was killed by a group such as yourself. Couple small folk, nice elvish human woman. I'm blanking on her name. Hold on.
Windrider?
No, that wasn't it. Give me a moment.
I think she's talking about our friends.
Oh, the Death Deniers?
Oh, that would be
so.
interesting.
No. It was Andriel. Andriel was your name. She traveled with a couple small folks. They had a dwarven fellow with them. No, two dwarven fellows. Yeah, but they killed one of these sisters. And
How long ago?
oh, this might have been 70 years, 80 years ago, maybe.
And
Maybe
how many
100.
sisters were there originally?
No, there's 3. There's always 3.
Okay.
If one of them dies or 2 of them die, the remaining living members of a coven will find some down on her luck individual, and either bargain or steal a child. Child gets raised by the coven, and on the child's 10th birthday, they go through this ritual that turns them into another member of the coven. So they can replace themselves, so to speak. Very unpleasant process. Not very nice. Would not recommend you give children to hags.
Noted.
But yeah, Andrew, blanking on the dwarves' names. Finian. Finian was one of the small folks. Yeah.
We've
Now that's a name we know of.
So,
Yeah.
do you recognize the name Kelpip then?
Yeah, he lives in town.
I mean, was he working with Finian at the time? 80
Well,
years
yeah.
ago?
Yeah, they're brothers.
Can I
That
turn around to face Aya?
Now, I've answered your question. If you'll excuse me, don't touch my fucking garden. And she vanishes into green smoke.
How does it get? Oh, that was the important question.
How did you know all that stuff? Can you read minds or what?
I
I
think
don't know
so.
if she's creepy.
I mean, when you've been around for however long she is, I assume you only become more eccentric.
Well,
I'm glad
yes,
you didn't read me because you would have been terrified probably.
but
Well, now I want to know what you're thinking, darling.
And no, it's not for the public.
I asked Aeolus and Jaya, you two are better at history than I am. Do you recognize the name Andriel?
It's my mother.
I figured
Oh,
as soon as she said traveled with Kelpip.
Did you know of this quest to kill the hags? You don't look 80 years
No.
old, Jaya. Older than 80.
No, I'm not. But you know, my mother's an elf. She's you know, timeless and eternal and ethereal and all the other things.
Oh
that
no,
elves
yeah.
are.
So she came back from that, and you were born after or before?
So, yeah.
Oh,
Your mother traveled with Finian?
Yeah, Vivian is madly in love with her. I think still it's really awkward.
Really?
Yeah.
oh no.
I asked Jaya, was your father also an elf?
Hmm. What is my dad? I mean, he's elvish looking, right? So, like, two things just kind of pop up. So, it's not like I have a strong family resemblance either way. He might be half elvish. But he's not.
I'm just worried if you might be that hag child Toadtooth was talking about.
Well, I mean,
But she's here
Toadtooth
now.
just talked about how when the child
Yeah.
turns 10, they become...
Yeah, you're born. Yeah, you have to go through the ritual. So, if I were, I would have been a hag. I don't think I am. I mean, I might be and just not know it, but I don't think. I think you have to be like in the sisterhood. You know, it's a thing.
Sure.
It's a coven.
Okay.
But if we kill all 3 at the same time, Does that have anything like if the
Yeah.
other if they can't raise the girls to be indoctrinated? Does
Yeah,
that
so-
have a can that stop it?
Let me contextualize something from the information you guys just got. Meish and Toadtooth just told you that this group killed one of these hags, presumably were unsuccessful in slaying the other two. And the other two, after this group departed from them or whatever, or they escaped from this group, then replaced the hag that had gotten killed.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we need to do like the whole
Probably the one that disguised herself as and led us to the hags in the first place. I can't remember her
As
name.
the lost young woman.
Yeah,
Oh,
because she would
you
still
mean the
remember
one-
what it was like.
Oh, you mean the one that I was trying to tell you guys that was a hag and you kept calling me crazy?
Yeah, her.
Jaya, I want you to make an Arcana check for me also, please. Because
I don't remember it that way, but yeah.
I'll whisper it to you. Do you have an advantage for a reason or no?
Oh, lucky, please.
Sure.
I always wanted to have Finian thought I would work with my mum. Like, she was just gonna take care around a step stool for eternity.
This might be a faux pas and a sensitive question, but is Andriel still alive?
Oh yeah, they're she's both of them are still alive. They still live in Karag. They're researchers.
Let's see.
That makes a lot of sense.
Do you know the nature of their research?
Well, my mum's an arcanist. My
She's
dad
probably-
is he's not magical, but he's well, he works really hard. Let's put it that way.
Do you think they can be trusted?
I mean,
Because
my
I think we should ask your mom about Vergasiv.
she would probably know. I don't think she would. She's not a bad person. She's just she's. I think she would willingly help. My dad's kind of an idiot. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm a tiefling only because he's an idiot. He probably made some bad bargains in his youth. But you know, he's a good person. He's just
Or it could be that the two remaining sisters put a curse on your mom.
That's
possible.
what I was worried about. But did anything significant happen on your 10th birthday, Shia?
She is not a hag. If anything, the hags are monsters. We should deal with them.
Unless we kill all three of them, they can always come back. If we just heard. Wow.
yeah.
So
I
what,
think that is-
Please note. Please
a
note
party, an elven arcanist, Kelpip, a purveyor of magical devices, Finian, a paladin, and 2 dwarves. I wonder who the 2 dwarves were.
Did your father ever talk with you about his traveling days, Siegfried?
No
Maybe
idea.
someone from your family?
There are a lot of
Distant
dwarves.
relatives?
There's a lot of dwarves in Droucia, but
Yeah.
it's my family has
But-
never been the adventuring type. As far as I'm aware,
You never know.
all they talked about was mining supplies and supply chains, and by that time I was already sneaking out.
Oh, yes, the young rebellious age.
You want to talk?
Please note the growing look of horror on Helly's face at the thought of ever coming near those people again. She does not want to deal with.
Well,
No, she's just like
I have
no.
I have a feeling though that they're probably going to track us down as soon as they realize we're there. We have one person who broke a deal with them, and another person who's the daughter of someone who killed their sister.
I imagine when we step into the jungle or close to their current home, they'll know we're there.
So, everyone travel. Keep watching pairs. If you have to go piss, take a partner. We're buddy rules from here on out.
Who's gonna be
Oh,
my
you
piss
can-
partner?
I'll
Harry,
be
we
your.
can pretend like we're attached at the hands
Right.
again. Remember
Yeah,
that?
I'll be your
Yeah,
piss partner, Dutton.
absolutely.
Piss
Hallie's
partner
gonna
for
take
life.
her pisses in the middle of all of you.
Okay.
She's not leaving anywhere. You just get to see
So we
her
all
watch
go
her
to
piss.
piss together. Great.
Yeah.
One
Okay,
line.
Hold on.
One
I
bloody
wish I knew what was
piss.
happening. I would have fabricated little privacy tents for us all to just like have.
No, the
around us.
privacy tents remove the purpose. We have to be able to see each. We have to be able
No,
to see
just
each
like
other.
around the waist, like a
Okay.
little, like a teeny little big top circus tent just
Alright.
around the waist.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute, because last night you urged us to drink in the library because it self-cleans. Why not just people go into the library to pee?
I mean, it
Well,
has bathrooms
It's
in the library.
expunged then.
I think the only
There's bathrooms in the
issue-
library. You have to pee on the books.
well, Shia,
Monsters.
if we're in the
Oh, yeah,
library,
we
can
did
someone
that.
from the outside just pick up the library and move it while we're inside it, or does it disrupt
if you
the
move-
magic?
If you move the key, it will. I mean, that's how we met. Remember?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, so you pop out when you move the key. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
And then you can't place it again for 24 hours.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just worried that like someone would move it while we were in there and we would realize,
Well,
and then wake up
that's
somewhere else.
why. That's why we would keep a group of at least 3 on the outside, maybe
Yeah.
4.
Take turns.
Yep.
I have this to help too. And I hold up my volatile potion of watchful rest. It means I don't have to sleep.
Are there just like eyeballs sloshing around in it?
I wish
No,
I
it
could
looks
have
like-
that.
It looks like a latte. It's a coffee.
Just a cortado that blinks through.
Hold on.
Exactly, yeah. It's got like a beautiful color transition. There's a lot of like milky white foam on the top.
How long have you been able to make this?
You're a teenager, Ailes. We'll stunt your growth.
We've already seen how tall I can get. It's not impressive.
He's a teenager with a 1,000-yard stare from all the shit he's seen. Look at that!
Hey.
Look at his token. That guy has seen some shit.
Well, apparently, when you run a harem,
Of mimics.
Takes a lot out of you.
Well,
Yeah, they do.
matron,
moving out Elderthorn.
matron Toadtooth is definitely gonna get mad at us if we keep stomping on our grass. So let's get through this henge and continue on.
Sorry. Sorry.
No. We need. There's important things discussed here. Anyways.
Yeah, say goodbye to life. Right.
Now we have some more information. Toadtooth definitely knows something about Vergisiv, and maybe your
Yes.
mother too.
Yeah.
So I think when we get to Karad, we should track down Ardiel. That was her name, Ardriel,
Andrea.
Andriel, and see what she
Yeah.
thinks.
I mean, we're gonna have if we go to Krav, we have to go see my parents. Otherwise, it's just awkward. Plus, I haven't seen them since I thought I was dead, so have to go say hi.
I'm sure she'll be happy to know that we've seemingly dealt with Lady C.
Sure, yeah, probably. Presumably.
Right?
Yeah.
Through the hen.
To the end.
Technical
Leave-
question. If
Yeah.
we jump in there and then go straight out into the jungle, are we going to have double exhaustion?
Yes.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
-2 to all D20 tests.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it
It's
used to be.
terrible.
No.
It's
Not
not
as
as
bad
bad.
as it used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Before we go to the henge, I just want to experiment with something. I want to cast protection from evil and good on myself, and see if I can notice anything else while we're going through the henge.
Okay, noted. Cast a spell, concentrating on that. You feel the familiar squeezing sensation as you take step after step after step into this current until it's sort of cloaking and squeezing around, meeting behind each of your forms. Until a few moments later, there was a seeming delineation point that you had passed without realizing it, and you are taking steps onto the warm, heated sands of the courtyard of Urcrypt mid-afternoon, about, call it 1:30 in the afternoon.
Do we want to head immediately into the jungle? I'll run over our toll to Ural.
I think we want to talk to Yarrow first.
Yes.
Yeah.
The,
we
the
went to
bandits?
Euro.
Yep.
And I think Shive mentioned something about, what was it? Bounties, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We should see if we can work something out so that we
I
can,
mean-
whatever we clean up an inconvenience for them,
Yeah.
we might as well we can get paid for it. Win-win.
Yeah. And looking at our funds, we direly need some. Money.
You did mention that some people tried to go through the jungle gate and return back. Perhaps we can leverage that into some money. Say we'll clear the gate for a nominal fee.
It sounded to me like they were chased out by the furbolgs.
It's possible.
It sounded like bandit. It sounded like creatures.
I just want to confirm it's not a radiant skeletal dragon situation.
Yeah.
Or the dragon thing that we fought when we first met. Another one of those.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that was more local fauna than extra dimensional incursion. But you
Yeah,
do have a
Paid
point.
for clearing out local fauna.
That was a test by the commie, right?
Yes, local fauna.
we also have to remember that a voice was the anchor for that magic. So if we slew any creatures here, or any creatures had been dealt with, they may have been brought back.
Well, let's see what news Yerl has, and see if we can maybe make some coin.
Pay half passage or something for the love of
And
God.
we're all exhausted now, correct?
You all have one
Yeah.
level, correct?
Yep. And the protection from good and evil didn't do anything for the henges, correct?
A noble thought did not seem to have any noticeable type of effect.
Okay. Yep.
You have a suspicion that the henge transport is different than the helm, so
Yeah.
it might have an effect if you were to transport via the helm.
Yep.
In the future, but at the moment, didn't seem to have an effect on the.
Oh yeah. I also wanted to confirm too that it was the henge is different from the helm, so it kind of tracks. Okay, that works out. Last time you said there wasn't like a job board in town, right? We would have
There's
to go
not,
talk to.
correct.
Yeah. So I think we're headed to Ural.
Easy enough done. Into the Moon Sands Caravansary, there is a smattering of presence here. It's afternoon, but it's warm. There's traders that are taking, seems like, similar to a COD, some of the merchants here have taken up the idea of this midday pseudo-siesta in the hottest part of the day, to rest, close up their shop, recuperate a little bit, get refreshments, eat, relax before picking up business again once the sun has sunk a little bit and the day has started to cool back off. So there's a reasonably sized group within the space here, and one of Yarrow's eyes sort of rotates and catches the group of you entering. Hello, find spots wherever. I'll send a tray out. Good to see you.
It's
It
like,
goes
you know,
back to-
before you send out anything expensive, we're broke. We literally only have money for the gate travel.
I will send out bread to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The atmosphere here is boisterous, we'll call it. if you wanted to speak with Yarrow, you'd have to linger for a little while. It seems like he's rather busy at the moment, but you are able to linger if you so choose.
Of course.
Can I do a perception check to see who might be around us?
Certainly.
Could I just take a read of the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perception's your normal bonus is high enough.
Okay.
Looks like maybe 80% of this room is merchants or guards of merchants. Notably, those who appear to be employed as some type of guard capacity do not seem to be sitting with the merchants. You gather the merchants who are here likely have the guards underneath their employ watching their stands, and vice versa. The most of the patronage here seems to be falling into those one or two camps. There's a couple individuals who are sitting at a table off to left of the entrance, near to the bar. They just got another round of looks to be some type of liqueur in like very small glasses, and set it back on the table. Seems to be mostly halflings and a couple gnomes. About 7 of them that are seated at this table, their legs sort of swinging slightly as they are conversing about something outside of your earshot. But other than that, the area seems to be mostly people who are staying here or are in town to sell and buy things, or engaged on some level of commerce with the people who are here to sell and buy things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out and wait for Yerl to come back.
Well, we
Is there anyone? Sorry, go
go
ahead.
for it.
I was gonna see if there's anybody selling herbs or potions.
Asking you about. Make me a persuasion check. There is a small herbalist shop that has been set up off of the main thoroughfare here in Urcrypt. They're pretty sure that it's open at the moment. Any purveyor of the shop is not present, but you hear sort of through the grapevine that there is this small shop that has been set up. Seems like there might be some degree of supply here by a... I can double check. I believe it's a halfling woman from Akkad that has set up this shop.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it if she comes back. If she's not there right now.
Keeping an eye on the shop, or keeping an...
Well, is she there?
She's not here in the Moon Sands Caravansary. Meaning she's likely at the shop. The owner is at the shop. You hear from other merchants that this shop has been set. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if the party's okay with me popping over there real quick.
Yeah, I tell Helly go with her.
I was gonna say Helly's gonna go with her.
All right. So the two of you headed to the herbalist shop. Anyone else doing anything while you're waiting for Yerl, or no?
Sive is going to be making friendly with some of the merchants and trying to see if any of them have had like any of their traders, anyone who's supplying them, experiencing issues on either end of henges with bandits, etc. Essentially gathering, leverage for the proposition to Yerl.
Okay. Make me an investigation check for this one. There we go. Okay. You do learn that a few of the hedges have been marked as sort of dangerous to go through without hired guards and mercenaries. It's been sort of an unofficial demarcation upon some of them. Let me double check my map. 1 moment, please. The one to Akkad has been marked as dangerous. One to Karad has been marked as dangerous. The one to Hollow has been rumored to just not really have any value. And the one to Brigand,
It doesn't
the
have
one,
value. She
the
doesn't
one,
have to upset me.
and the one
It's
to
just a
Brigand,
bunch of owls who don't want to buy anything. Don't go there.
and the one to Brigand Hold has been marked more of you need to make sure you have a show of force. You're not likely to be met with danger if you look like you can handle danger, just because it's a pirate town. But the jungle one, Hollow, and Matron Toetooth, the Elderthorn one, are generally either safe or not very valuable.
So all of the most
Oh.
valuable ones are marked dangerous.
So yeah,
Correct,
yeah.
which is the three of the major Talpa. There's Brigand Hold, Karad, and Akkad.
So we could potentially go
are
straight to Karad, but there's
on the
that
widest parts
way
of the
is maybe-
continent.
Yeah. We've never actually gone through the Karad gate. I forgot that was open.
You have not.
Kind of want to go to the jungle though. We could talk about it when Helly and Teng come back.
Yes, after that, Sive is just gonna go bother and try to drink with the halflings and gnomes.
Certainly. They are not welcoming to you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glittery and small though.
Make me an insight check. It takes you a
Is she
moment of potentially interesting self-embarrassment and reflection before you recognize on one of their necks a small carved wooden crest, which you recognize as one of the halfling clans from the Witchlight Marshlands.
Oh.
They do not like you.
Fair enough, my bad. Alright. Sive is gonna go sit at a table. Slightly bright red. It's chill. It's a faraway table across the hall.
Okay. Easily enough done. Moving to the ladies headed to the herbalist shop. Not 5 minutes of a walk. Double checking your directions once. You find a small shop that has been set up. The door to it is closed, but there's been a sort of a large bay window space in the front that has shutters that can be closed and looks like latched that have been opened. So it's almost like this countertop where you do not actually physically enter the shop. And as you approach, you see a squat and plump halfling woman looking at you both. Anything for you two? How are you today? I think I met you once before, Miss Fluffy. You're from... Wait, don't tell me. The village, up north. Hollow. You're from Hollow. You were telling me about some of your plants up that way. Well...
Nodding. I'm actually... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, these after you. I'm glad to have you return.
I was looking to sell some of the herbs that I've collected over some of our travels.
Always in the mood to buy, depending on what we got. What you have for me?
I pull out of my bag 3 I'm gonna say servings. I don't know what the
Reuses.
appropriate measure is. 3
Yeah.
uses of Rowan and 3 uses of Verbena. Rowan is common. Verbena is uncommon.
All right. Could use it. It's good in a few different things. I'll give you 20 silver for the lot.
I nod and take that. Not going to argue with her.
She calls. Do you speak halfling?
No.
She calls, and another woman comes out. Looks like it could be her daughter. And hands her the things that she just bought from you.
I have a couple of other things.
Yes.
If you're
Turns back to yeah.
I'm gonna set one of my vials of agua aurea on the counter. And a fern seed. And then I'm also gonna set one of the magic mushrooms that I got from my daughter.
All right. So the agua aurea, that is the is that the water breathing
It
one?
gives you advantage with brewing potions.
Okay.
It makes them a lot likely to be strong.
All right. So she'll dip a pinky. It's the only finger she can sort of fit into the little vial, and just give that a quick taste. That's well made. I'll give you 100 silver for that. And the mushrooms. Where did you say you came across this before? I've not seen this.
This is from Hollow.
Oh, what's it do?
It's hallucinogenic. It hits pretty quick.
She does not take a pinch of this and stick it in her mouth. Okay. I'm not sure of the effects. I could. Do you have more?
I'm assuming I know the effects of it, right?
You do, yes.
Okay.
But she doesn't know it for the purposes of purchasing. But do you have more than one dose?
You have a
I
few.
can buy a couple.
I have 4 of them in total. I don't want to sell all of them, so I'm going to offer her 2 or 3, depending on what she wants and how much she's willing to pay for them.
I don't know them. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, you made this. So, she gestures at the vial she just bought from you. How about 25 apiece? Giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're being honest with me here. And so that way I can use one to test. And then I have 2 attempts to try to brew a couple different things with it, see how they work. If it goes well, and it works for what I think I might be able to use it for, I'll buy plenty more from you, though.
Ellie turns and with a raised eyebrow and the rest of her face glowering at the idea that Tang would be in any way dishonest. Like,
Tang is not paying attention to Helly at this point.
Tang doesn't need to.
It's difficult to collect these unless you know where to find them. 30 silver each.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm going to lucky it.
Sure. All right. You travel a lot. Do you have a way to get in contact with me if needed?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I have the ability to use sending.
I'll pay you the 30. Check in with me in a 10-day. I should have any of my attempts completed by then. So that way I can let you know if I want to buy more. So that way you don't waste a trip coming back here, and the next time I see you, you'll have a bunch for me.
It may be me, it may also be my daughter.
Okay. Does she look like you?
I nod.
Easy.
Just smaller.
Find. You're pretty small already. Find the owl with mushrooms. I mean, not too many if you're kind of come here. It's kind of hot, so. That's perfect. Yep. All right. Check in with me in a 10-day, and I'll let you know if I got a few different things. And I'd like to. If so, I'd like to purchase a better supply, maybe like 10 doses or something. If I find like a good methodology for what I have in mind.
Deal.
All right. Name's Heidi, by the way.
I'm Tang.
All right, Tang. So that's 90. Counts out the coin for you. Anything else to sell?
I have 1 dose of Hunter's Boon poison that I'm willing to sell as well.
Sloshes it around for a moment. That is poison. Give it 15 silver for it.
Take it.
Harder to sell poisons. All right.
With all the dangerous hinges, that's surprising.
They don't last as long. Potions go healing potions go quick. I can't keep them on my shelf. But
Might have some of those for you next time then, depending on the price. I make a pretty good healing potion, if I do say so myself, and I fluff up my chest.
Oh, I thought you sneezed. That's why you got back. Yeah, well, I'll probably be able to buy them. But yeah, they've been going quick with the danger about. Most mercenaries include the requirement to buy something for them when they get here, which is fantastic.
Do you have any need for healers kits?
Not overwhelmingly so. It's not something I want to spend my coin on because I can't really turn too much of a profit on them. But if you want to leave them extras here out of goodwill for people who would otherwise get hurt, I can pass it along to other people that might not be able to afford a potion.
Tang's gonna leave one of her healing kits there then. She has enough.
Well, thank you very much. All right. Anything else I can do for you today? Or are you
Helly's
big one?
gonna lean down. Helly's gonna lean down and whisper in Tang's ear. You might want to mention that in Hollow, they use the mushrooms recreationally. That might make it a bigger demand.
Tang turns her head without turning her body. Isn't that part of what hallucinogenics are for?
Maybe, but she's an herbalist. She may not be thinking that way. I don't know.
I'm sure she'll figure it out after she tries them.
Oh, trust me, I will. You all are right there in front of her. You didn't walk away or nothing.
Helly's got the worst Irish whisper you've ever heard.
All right, theories. Thanks.
That makes so much sense.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful rest of your time here. Hope to talk to you in about a 10-day.
I will I will speak with you then. And I make a
Bye-bye.
mental note to prepare sending in that
Sure.
time period.
Yeah. You can make a mark on your
We'll
sheet.
see if
I'm
I
not
can-
reminding you.
I know.
All right. During this time, Yarrow's finished up with his customers at the bar top, and he floats over. Are you all enjoying your bread? It is a new recipe. there is a bit of rosemary, some olive oil that we use to brush it before it goes in, give it a little bit of crust and a little bit more after it comes out. Nice and moist and doughy. What brings you in today? You said you had toll for me, and I presume you're leaving also, yes?
Yes, we're trying to make our way to Karad. But we hear there's some danger on the other side of the henges.
Oh, yes. Kind of common nowadays. People have realized, just like shipping over the seas and piracy, that highway brigands have decided it is a good idea to try to knock off the donkeys and mules that are carrying chests. Notably because caravans and like armored carts are too large for the hinges themselves. They make for soft targets. Mercenaries have been making a fair bit of coin, so good for the protections. Not too many injuries, only a couple of deaths. It's the cost of doing business, from what I understand.
Do you know if anyone might be hiring for mercenaries going through the Karad gate or the jungle gate?
Not from here. Any merchant that's coming from a location will likely hire someone from there, because they need to get to said gate first. Doesn't matter if you knock them off before they go into the henge or after they come out coming from here. They still have goods or coin on them. Either thing are good for you, right? So they usually hire protection on the outside of Karat. Bring them in. Good for me too, because it means the protection's bringing in money. They want to buy nice foods. So it's good all around.
How about any one of these troops that might need reinforcements for the return trip? Did
You
anyone
could-
get harried pretty badly?
You could ask around. I doubt it. But it is up to you. You say you're going to Karad. It's a dangerous space. Although,
Yes.
not as much for one such as you.
Helly, as presuming that she and
Not bad.
Tang have already made it back,
Not
she's just
quite.
going to lean in and say,
Not quite.
okay.
You guys are buying stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is happening while we're gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a kibosh on. Do you have any ideas we can make money, Yarrow? We're broke.
I mean, offhand, I mean, you're not close to any of the Order of the Iron Fang. They don't have any jobs posted here. You'd need to check in, and no henge gets them close to them. Much to their chagrin, from my understanding, also. You could try to find some things in the jungle. There's ruins, from what I understand, and old remnants of previous civilization that overgrown. Maybe stuff is left behind. Jungle's hard to navigate, but you guys are pretty robust and powerful, so it's possible. You could go to Akkad, see if there. I mean, you don't seem like merchants, and your packs don't make me think you have lots of goods to sell. So I don't think that might be the best or the worst. Chance for work there. I'll be honest, straightforward with you. Mercenary jobs for these merchants don't pay great either. I mean, they cover you getting to and from, but that eats into what you would normally get paid, like working elsewhere, from my understanding.
Well, you did mention that some people are looking for services for Iron Fang contractors, and luckily for you, we are affiliated. I nudge Aeolus.
Good for you. Go to Armskirk. I don't have contracts.
Oh, all right. All right, Yarl. We're gonna be out of your hair probably this afternoon because we can't afford to stay here. Thank you for the information and the bread.
You're welcome. Well, be safe, and I hope to
Also,
see you soon.
You should work on planting more trees here, big as possible.
Trees. What kind of trees can I grow? I think
Probably a palm tree the size of a cart and horse. See if you
How
can do
about
that.
big palm tree.
Cactuses.
Oh yeah, cactuses work too.
Is a cactus a tree?
It's a
Are they
succulent.
not trees?
He just sort of goes, like, floats back over towards the bar top, sort of, like, his head cocked to the side, thinking, cactus a tree. Cactus tree. Don't know.
But yeah,
Alright.
I'll just
Re-
say, Bayolas, I kind of forgot about the Karad gate. Do we go straight to Karad, or do we try and find our Furbolg friends?
Do they want to be found?
They were expecting you.
Yeah, we did say we were coming by them last, but also, Yarrow mentioned something I hadn't thought of until now either. There is a lot of ancient history lost in that jungle, and that's kind of what we're looking for right now, right?
It is.
Yeah.
But on the notion of us making money, I still have that contract
Which was?
to locate Windrider.
Well, last time we saw her, and any heard of her, it seemed like she was heading towards the gate to get to here.
The last we heard, she was northwest, which Haya. When we lay down to rest, can I borrow the angle?
Well, we're
Yeah. I mean, you can have it now if you want. The only thing
Yeah.
to never talk to Captain Storm Surge again. And has no volume control, so take it, please. So you
Are
never
we-
use it, so it's great.
Are we spending the night in our crypt? Because if so, we're camping in an abandoned building.
Listen, we can ask Earl to borrow a corner. We just need a little place to put the key, and then we can just all sleep in the library.
True.
I mean, surely he wouldn't begrudge us a corner.
He's the
How is
innkeeper.
cool or
He's an innkeeper. I've never seen an innkeeper give anything away for free.
I mean, he gave us bread.
True.
We do enough for this town. I guess there are abandoned buildings, right? So maybe.
Less now than there were before.
You clean your kitchen. I have mage hand. I'll just scrub something. It'll be fine.
Well,
I mean, I personally won't do it, but I can use cantrips. It's fine.
Yeah,
If-
but I think you have time to send the message. AOS either way.
if we use our resting method outside of here, where there are less people may come upon us.
But
There are people looking for.
hopefully
so-
less now, but probably not.
No, but I suggest that we get out of here as soon as possible.
All right. Well, send your message then.
I have to attune to this item.
While this conversation's going on, Tang and Hellerest have ducked into a jeweler, a building set off the main square that is. You have a noticeable temperature difference as soon as you duck inside Tang. The windows here are slits, like 3 inches wide. As you enter, a sallow-faced individual with a interesting sort of iridescent shimmer to patches of his skin. Shaved head sort of greets you, and extremely thin lips you pick up immediately as well. Hello. What do I owe the pleasure of your patronage today?
Tang's not good at talking. I'm looking to downgrade. And she produces a diamond from her somewhere underneath her cloak.
It is a precious stone. And he places a small tray that has a sort of this stretch of fabric wrapped around it, draped over it. Then he takes this frame and pushes it down around the edges of the tray to pull taut the fabric, the star fabric. Please, if you may.
He places it on the fabric.
He carefully leans forward and sort of twists it and tickles it with the tip of his middle finger. It is a fine cut. And you are looking to sell?
I'm looking to sell, but I would like a diamond in exchange with the excess value in coin. This one is a little large for my taste.
Understood. If it is coin you wish purely, I will part with 200. If you wish to also have jewels, I will give you a 10% discount on any jewel you wish to buy with said 200.
She raises an eyebrow. That seems quite low given the size of this jewel.
I must find a seller to purchase it also. It is the cost of doing business. If not, I understand if you wish to retain your property for the time being.
Tang knows she's not good enough at haggling. She's going to thank him for his time and take her jewel with her and leave.
I'm very sorry we could not come to an arrangement. Please visit us again.
As she leaves, she whispers or mutters to Helly that she should have brought Scythe.
Yeah, he was creepy though. I'm not sure I liked him.
Well, at least I got us some funds. Let's get back to everyone else.
Yeah. God knows what trouble they're getting into.
Regrouped and everyone finished speaking. Staying put here in Urcrypt, or are you traveling on?
I think first we're waiting for Aeolus's message. Aeolus,
I have to attune to the tangle, which I was going to do when we rest.
It takes an hour to attune to something, right?
Mm-hmm. No more short rest.
Yeah, so I think you could have attuned to it while we were waiting for Helly and Tang.
You can attune to it, yeah.
Okay.
We could jump to that point.
When Tang gets back, she produces 200 silver pieces for the party loot.
Oh.
Your lifesaver thing.
That brings the party loot to 200 silver pieces.
Yay!
I hand her some bread and oil. Here, make sure you eat.
Thank you.
I get Helly a plate as well.
I can
Alright.
share some drinks with you if you want. And Dan is gonna try out his new armor. Okay.
Certainly.
Somehow I don't know how it works.
You put on the helmet.
Spray them all with some
Oh god.
from the helmet.
There's not a nozzle.
Spring break in Urcrypt.
There's not a nozzle. You can have them put on the helmet while like they're leaning next to you and sip from the helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want some?
Who partakes?
I just let everyone know there is arsenic in that liquor. just warning you. I will not be taking any. What?
Helly's gonna pass.
Tang is also going to pass.
Kills everybody.
Yeah.
Well, more for me then.
All right. To whom are you sending a message, Aeolus?
I'm gonna try to reach out to Wind Rider.
Someone whom you have not met.
I've met Wind Rider.
Oh, you did meet Wind Rider. You're right. Yeah, you did. It was Thang and Jaya who've had the bangle who have not met her. Yep. Okay. What are you sending?
This is Aeolus from the Iron Fang. Where are you located currently? Are you safe? And that's it.
Okay. 15 words. Nice and succinct.